मैं चाहता हूँ बेटा आप सब लोग आज के 9 बजे बढ़िया तरीके से रीजन मेकिंग और बेस्ट Good evening, guys. Good evening. Let the people join. We'll give them 3 minutes grace.
అదేం పేరు మరి
Yes, son.
Some other and Lena Blink. Look at one of the interest like that.
Shruti, mic off చేయి.
మనం మాట్లాడుతున్నాయా?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Hope you're all doing good. Okay. Good evening. So before I get started, so we had 2 days gap. That is on Saturday and Sunday because they are weekends. We are not connected on Saturday and Sunday. Okay. Right. That's one thing. Right. Now the second thing is, how many of you are able to run the code? The code that I shared with you, how many of you are able to run it? How many of you are not able to run it? How many of you are not able to run the code? You're able to run Sumaya, right? And how about others? Are you all able to run the code? Hey, please respond, guys. Respond. Either through chat or either through voice. I will try. Okay. So how many of you are able to run the code that I gave in the previous class? How many of you had difficulty running the code? How many of you had difficulty running the code? Okay. No responses. Yeah, I will try. I will run. I will run, or is it running? If your code is running, and if you run the code, just type yes. You could not get it. Right. So I'll just give a brief in 10 minutes what you are supposed to do. Okay. No, you are not able to run. Macha Gnan Saga, you're not able to run. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to, do the initial things in a few minutes, 10-15 minutes. Those who have missed the concepts in the earlier classes. Okay. So yes, I will explain the code. Don't worry about it. Okay. I'll explain the code, but everybody should follow what I'm teaching, right? So there are people who couldn't follow. So for them, we'll just do a quick review of what, we are doing from 3 classes. Okay, we had 3 classes. If I'm not wrong, 3 or 2 classes, I think 2 classes. Okay, so in those 2 classes, we'll just revise, because some people, they might not have, installed Streamlit. How many of you not installed Streamlit? How many of you are not able to install the Streamlit? How many of you? You. Okay, anybody else? Me. Anybody else? Right. Okay, there are a lot of people who couldn't install the Streamlit. So there are a lot of people. Okay, a lot of people are responding that they didn't install the Streamlit. So I'm sharing my screen. So let me share my screen. Okay. So right, I'm sharing my screen, and so you should be able to see my screen now. Is my screen visible? Is it visible? Okay, a lot of people. First class yesterday, sir. No, not yesterday. Yesterday was Sunday. Okay, first class was not on yesterday. Okay, I just want to, ask a couple of people who are very active in the class. Sumaya, you are able to run the Streamlit code? Sumaya. Okay, Streamlit, sir, do you mean the libraries which you have told yes? Okay, yeah, Sumaya, you are able to run the code, and yes, Kushilama, okay, you are able to run the code. Okay, Kushilama. So, right. Yes, I also have run it. Okay, but I'll just give grace for those people who are not able to do it in the previous classes. Since we have around 20 classes, so in the 20 classes, you will learn, lot of things, and whatever you learn in this program, it is just 2 to 5% of what we actually teach in entirety. Okay, so if you are new to this class, just remember you should have Python installed on your PC. Then go to command prompt. So go to start button and type command. Okay, you see command prompt here. Go to command prompt, and here in the command prompt, since you already have Python installed on your PC, in the command prompt, pip install Streamlit. But along with Streamlit, you need NumPy, you need Pandas, okay, you need Matplotlib, okay, you need Seaborn, okay, and also you need Bokeh. So you can just remove the commas. Somebody is talking. Yeah. Do you want to say anything? Okay. Right. Okay. Just run this command. It will start doing the installation process for you. Okay. Right. So can you show how you see the change in website? Parallel, you run the code. Yes, I'll show that. Okay, I'll do that. So Harshita Konda, yeah, I'll do that. So on my PC, I have Python already installed. Okay, then I'm installing all these libraries. So you can see the command that I typed. Okay, so just, yeah, I'm just, showing that command here. Pip install NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Bokeh, Streamlit. There are also other libraries, but for now, we don't need those libraries for now. But, keep these libraries in mind: NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Bokeh, and Streamlit. Now we are going to combine all these libraries step by step. Okay, we are going to create pretty good applications. Okay, we are going to do them little by little. Okay, keep that in mind. And I'm just giving this session for those people who have missed the earlier sessions, last 2 sessions, Thursday and Friday. Those who have missed the sessions, this is for those students. Okay, those who are very sharp, okay, very active, and they may feel little boring, but don't worry, I'll try to make it interesting. Okay, I'm done with the installation part. So already there is a Python. On top of Python, I have installed these libraries. These are Python libraries. So you need to have Python, then we have installed all the libraries. We are done with that. Now what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to open my Python ideally. So somebody asked me how to run it parallelly. Okay, listen to this carefully, because if you don't know initial steps, you cannot do advanced steps. Okay, now this is our Python ideally. And you may have a question like, can I use PyCharm interpreter? Yes, you can use PyCharm interpreter. Can I use VS Code, Visual Studio Code, IDE? Yes, you can use Visual Studio IDE. You can use all those things. But we want to start with basics. We want to begin at the beginning. Okay, we don't want to go fast forward. Okay, right. So now I will open a new file, go to file menu, open new file. And it is my habit to, align the file where I'm going to write the code towards right side. And on the left side, I will use the browser. On the left side, I'll use the browser. Okay. You can see on the right side, I'll use the file in which I'm going to write the code. And on the left side, we have a browser. So whatever we code on the right side, we'll see the effect on the left side. Now that's what somebody asked, right? Okay, that's what somebody asked. So, sir, how can you show how to see the changes in the website? Now, so first you have to save this Python file. Okay, so today I'm going to write the code. Since we'll start with the Streamlit library. So, we'll start with Streamlit library. So I will import the Streamlit library, Streamlit. But typing the word Streamlit is lengthy because it contains 9 letters. So load this library into a namespace called st, or you can just simply call it as a variable. Okay, but this is that's actually called as namespace. So import that into a namespace called st. Okay, you write this code. Okay, right. I will save this file. I will save this file. And where do I save it? So as I did earlier, I will save it in the C drive. There is a folder called Streamlit. I will save it in that folder. And I will name this file as app.py. This time I'm going to name it as app.py. The file name is app.py. And you can see on the title bar of this file, it is stored in C drive, Streamlit folder. It is stored in C drive and Streamlit folder. Okay, right. So you want to see the changes happening parallel. So go to the command prompt again. So command prompt. So just now we have done installation, right? So go to the same command prompt. Where is this file saved? It is saved in, C drive, Streamlit folder. So CD, change directory, change the directory to C drive Streamlit. Yeah, we changed it. Right, now we are in the Streamlit folder. Now this is where our app.py file resides. If you want to check it, type dir. You can see app.py file resides here. Okay, right, app.py file. Now I want to run that file. So I'm going to use the command streamlit run app.py. So this is going to open a page in the browser. Let's wait for a moment. Right. So it opened a page in the browser, but the page shows nothing, because if you look at our code file, there is nothing here. Okay, there is nothing. So I'll just put a title. Those who have missed the earlier classes, I'll just give a quick backup of the classes. If you think it is a little boring for me, right, that's okay, but have patience. I will definitely uh, give you that information that will really help you. in developing the application. So don't worry whether I explain the previous class code or not. Okay. So, okay. So once again, please, what is that once again? Yeah. Okay. So you want to see how this, yeah, CMD, go to CMD. CMD will bring this. And our code is in C drive Streamlit folder. Change to that folder. Okay. And after changing to that folder, okay, you type this command, Streamlit run, and our file name is app.py. So Streamlit run app.py. So go to the directory where this app.py file is there. If you don't know how to change, I'll tell you a shortcut. So come here and type CMD. So go to the folder, C Streamlit folder. In the address bar, type CMD. This will bring the CMD window and it will directly open into that folder. Okay. So right. And here you can run your command. So what is the command we have to run? Streamlit run app.py. Okay. This is the command you have to run. Okay. Now, right. So let's go back to our application. So those who have missed the previous classes, I'll just give a little taster. Now, I don't need to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. They are very important. They play a very important role even in the Streamlit. Okay. But we are going to mix a lot of libraries. So first thing is, I will just introduce, as I told you, I'll explain everything step by step. So first thing is, I will just put a title. So hello world. So this is the title I want to use. See, from this library, ST, we use a lot of functions. One of the function is title function that will help us to place the title on the page. So the title is hello world. So let me save that. The moment I save it, save this code, now it will ask, these things. Rerun this change. Okay, the change you made, do you want to rerun this? Yeah, we can rerun it, but I want to click on always rerun. I want to click on always rerun. That means whenever I make change in the code file and whenever I make change in the code file and save it, it should automatically run. So I click on always rerun. So that's how it automatically runs for me. Okay. Now title is a function that will help us to place the title. But there is also one more function, stWrite. So this is the most powerful function. Why is it most powerful function? Let me tell you. Use this function. You can write anything to the window. You can write text. You can write an image. You can write a video. You can write HTML code. You can write a data set. You can write anything. So, but I just want to use it for text. Okay. Welcome to our first Streamlit or data science app. Right. I'll save this. You can see we are able to put some text there. Very, very simple command. So you can see the changes are happening on the live. Okay. Now this time, okay, this is the, welcome. We are going to do a lot of modifications today. Okay. Wait for some time. So after this title, after this write command, write function, let me tell you again, write is one of the most powerful function. We are developing the web application live without writing HTML and CSS. Okay, now this time, we ask the user to enter some text. That is any text. It can be your name or anything. And we are going to write the text to the window. So I'm going to use from the same library, I'm going to use a function called text input. There are different types of inputs, but we want to use text input. So this will read something like this, enter some text. You can enter any text of your choice. But, I want to enter the text, and the text should be stored in a variable called user input. Okay, I want the text to be stored in a variable called user input. Okay, it will go into a variable called user input. And if you enter any text using text input, okay, if you enter any text, this text will be stored there. The text will be stored there. And also using if statement. Okay, I already discussed if statement. If user input, that means if this is not empty, that means you have entered some text. If this is not empty, then now let's come back to the powerful function. Okay, write function. Okay, write is a powerful function. You can write anything. Write. Okay, you entered. Okay, user input. You can write anything using this. So I'll just increase the size of this window because I want you to see the code as well. Or let's do something like this. I'll give the equal space to both the code and the browser. Okay, now you can see anything that you input or any object, you can write it to the window using write function. So you can print user input there. So let me save this. The moment I save it, I can see a text input, and with the title, enter some text. I enter something like this: where there is a will, there is a way. So I enter it and I hit enter. So it shows that you entered where there is a will, there is a way. That's it. You know, we are able to create it. So what this text input function does, okay, so it creates a text input box. This is the text input box. It creates a text input box. Okay, now let's make one more change. Okay, this time we saw text input, right? It will take the text, but let's also put number input. Let's also put number input. So I am going to use another function called, from the same library, I'm going to use number input. Okay, this will take the numbers from us. Okay, right. So we will see the description. Enter a number. Listen to this carefully, and this number will be between 0 and 100. So this number input will take only value between 0 and 100, not more than that. 0 and 100, not more than that. So how do we do it? Use an argument called minimum value, that is equal to 0, and use a argument called maximum value, that is equal to 100. So you can only enter a value between 0 and 100 and assign this text box to a variable called number. Okay, we have assigned it to a variable called number. Now write this. Okay, so whatever number you enter, you square it. So the square of this number, square of the number is, okay, so whatever is assigned to number variable, that is the square. So we know how to square a value. So just, I told you the operators earlier. So you enter any value, you can enter between 0 and 100, and you can just click on plus sign. That's it. Or you can click on minus sign to decrease the value. Okay. So if you try to enter 200, and if you hit enter, it says the value must be less than or equal to 100. Very clearly, it gives a comment. Okay, isn't it good? Isn't it good, guys? Okay, somebody put a information. Can you send attendance link, sir? Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so I'll just put 55 and enter. So the square of 55 is 3025. So we are developing application. So let me just repeat: number input function. It creates a number input widget. Text input will take text input widget. Now this time, so what are we going to do is we are going to create some buttons. Okay, so button will read click me. If you click it, it will write to the screen button click. Otherwise, it will click the button, it will show the message, click the button to see what happens. Okay, let's click the button. So I will explain the code slowly to you, the code that I've shared with you. But those who are, there are many people, maybe around 10, 15 to 20 people who have not attended the previous class. So I'm just giving a backup class for them, little makeup class for them. It's not backup. Okay. So is that okay, Sumaya? Because Sumaya is the one who is active, attends every class. So now we are going to create a button widget. Okay. It reads click me. It reads click me. Okay. And if you click it, if then we'll write, look at the write function. Very powerful function. We will see the power of this function very soon. Button click. Okay, if you click it, it reads button click. Else, it will write to the screen. So click the button to see what happens. See what happens. So right, I'm going to save this code. So it shows a button. You see. Okay, we are going to modify everything that you see here. Click me. Click the button to see what happens. Okay, click it. It shows button clicked. Okay, so that's how you can use buttons. You can add interactivity very, very easily. Okay, very easily. Okay, so let me explain again. The button function creates a button. Okay, the output changes based on whether the button is clicked or not. Okay, now let's create a simple calculator. I'm going to create a very simple calculator. So probably you have created calculator in DOS mode, something like that. But this time we'll create a very, very simple calculator. Okay. So now I'm going to use a number input just like we did earlier. But this time I'm not going to set the max value or minimum value, max value or minimum value. I'm not going to set it. Okay. So I'll just set a default value. Okay. Just a value, not max or minimum value. So I'll use again. So number input. Okay. So enter first number. Enter first number. So value equal to 0. And again, number input. So somebody put it. Yes, sir. Sir, I got Streamlit is not recognized as an internal or external command. Okay. So I think it is not installed on your PC. Okay. Install the package. Right. Somebody responded to you that it is not installed on your PC. So please install it. Follow the steps I described in the beginning. You installed it. Okay. Probably you got an error message. So try to do it again. So let's see. So, I will explain the previous class code, but this is also essential, because I don't want anybody to miss anything. As a faculty, I don't want anybody to miss any concept. I want everybody to learn. So I will assign the first input to a variable called number1 and second input to a variable called number2, two variables. And also we are going to use a select box. Select means it is simply a drop-down box. You can choose add, subtract, multiply, and divide. So, okay. So from the same library, we use select box. So somebody put a message. Okay, sir. Right. Select box. Okay. So we use choose an operation. So this is the text that is displayed. And in the select box, they can choose add, subtract, okay, and multiply, and divide. Okay, multiply and divide. So let's assign it to a variable called operation. Let's assign it to a variable called operation. So right now I'm going to write if condition. I can make it more simple, but I want to make it a little complicated because I discussed if condition. So if operation equal to add, if operation equal to add, then result is, okay, number1 less number2. Okay, right. So similarly, I'll copy this 4 times. So 2, 3, 4, but I make it elif. if this is subtract, okay, then it is subtraction. Okay, if this is multiply, okay, then it is multiplication. If it is divide, then it is division. Okay, so let's make everything elif. So I told you already about elif. So if you have not, okay, I'll tell you how to do it. Okay, now, so, but sometimes if you enter the denominator 0, you will get an error. Okay, so in that case, what we do is, in the same line, we can write another if condition. So, but I don't want to write it now. We will not enter that. Okay, so right. So now again, you see, we are using the write function. So this is the very powerful function, write. So result, okay, and it is the result, whatever is stored in the result only. Let's save this. Okay, so enter a first number 50, enter a second number 25, and I want to multiply them. So multiply, and the result is 1250. See how quickly we are able to develop a beautiful application. See, can we do it in HTML and CSS like this? So can we do a multiplication application like this, a small calculator like this so quickly? Okay, so let me just make a comment about select box. So select box creates a drop down to choose operations. So Macha Gnaneshwar, invalid value, file does not exist, app.py sat. I'm getting this error. Go to the folder where your file is. From there, you run the command streamlit run app.py. Save the file name as app.py. Save the file name as app.py. Okay, Macha Glan Sagar, right? Do that. Okay, so we have created a small box. That's really great. Okay, now let's create a markdown editor. How many of you know markdown? Markdown. Okay, so users can write in markdown and display the formatted text. They can display the formatted text. So I'll just give you a small example. Okay, so I'll just give you a small example. Let's see what is markdown. So you know markdown, Habib? Yeah, good. Can you please tell us what is markdown? Okay, so I'm going to use a markdown command. So we'll take the same text input. So people will enter text. We'll highlight the text using markdown. Enter the markdown text here. So they can highlight the text. Okay, so let's assign it to a variable called markdown text. Markdown text equal to. Okay, so now let's mark down it. So let's mark down now text. So let's see how it works. So we have a drop down here. Okay, and you can enter text like hello world. Okay, you can see it, but you can also surround the hello world with these asterisk symbols. Okay, yeah, let's put double these things, double asterisk symbols. Okay, you can see it is in bold. You put triple asterisk symbols. You can see it is in italic. You can put only one asterisk symbol on both sides. You can have just italic. You want to have some rows here. Okay, you can use that here. Rows. You can have rows. Put it between quotes. I'm showing the full code, right? The full code is available here. No, you can see it, right? I'm not hiding anything. So who is that? Soumyasri. The whole code is available. And if you want me to copy it, whatever we did so far, I'll just copy it. Okay, I'll just copy it, guys. So I want you to benefit immediately. Okay, right. I want to benefit immediately. So I'm pasting it here in the chat box. So it says message is too long. Please try. So I'll just copy it half. Then we'll copy the remaining half. So I'll just copy up to button text. Okay. And I'll copy the remaining half. So, right. So first half I copied, and let's copy remaining half up to markdown. Okay, remaining half, I'll just put it up to markdown. So you can use the markdown code. You can use the markdown code, and here you can put, let's say, sunglasses. You want to put sunglasses. Okay, right. You can have sunglasses. Sunglasses. Yeah. Sunglasses. This is yeah, spelling is correct. So let me hit enter. So you can see sunglasses. You can use emojis. You can use a lot of colors also. Okay, like you can use red color. You can use blue color. So you can do all those things. Markdown text is there. I'll just share with you a link on this markdown text. Okay, I think I need to open a separate browser. So markdown code. Okay, so markdown code. So you can just go here. You can see how to mark down the code. Okay, you have different ways to mark down the code. Okay, and I'll just share another markdown. So I'll just use another link. So let me be very specific. Markdown. We need to see the word markdown. So I'll just copy that text for you because I don't want to bother you with a lot of information. Too much of information can confuse you. So there is no direct information here. Let's try with other link. So, right, this is code docs actually. No. So, yeah, I'll give you markdown guide. So I have a markdown guide with me. So I'll search for it and I'll give it to you. Don't worry. So I have a markdown guide. So we have used two things, markdown. So it will mark the format text. You can put capital letters, you can italicize it, you can make it bold, you can add emojis, you can add colors, you can do a lot of things with it. Okay, now we are going to take a data and we are going to display it as a table. So shall we do that? How many of you want to do that? Okay, shall we display it? So I'm going to use a data science library, okay, which is also data analytics library called pandas. So now we are going to use pandas library. Let me type that, import pandas as PD. So this is a common practice to import the pandas as PD. So are you all comfortable? So those people who asked me to explain the previous class code, you are also comfortable? Are you also comfortable? Comfortable, guys? Are you comfortable? Okay. Somebody asked me about previous class code. You are comfortable with? Yes. Right. So I'm going to create 3 columns of data and we'll display the data here. So let's see, data equal to, I'm going to create 3 columns. So the first column is a name column. Okay. And you can have, any name in that column. So let's have, Anand and Bhaskar. Okay. And Chandu. So these are the 3 names in the first column. Okay. Name column. And then we'll take age column. So we'll take 3 ages, 35, 44, 29, 3 ages. Okay, right. So let me check whether I used a comma here. So, and finally, we'll take third column, that is city column. So 3 cities, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai. Okay, this is a very simple data with 3 columns. Okay, in each column, there are 3 values. Okay, name column, age column, city column. There are 3 values. Okay, so there are 3 values. I'm making it simple. There are some people who without any coding exposure, much coding exposure. So I just wanted to make them simple because I'm a faculty. I want every one of my student to understand. Even though I have limited time, we have added images in the previous class, first class. Okay, what is the command fr running the files in CMD? We are going to use the files actually. We are going to use beautiful upload buttons. We are going to do that, guys. But give now this is the data we have. Okay, and we want to convert that into pandas data. So pandas data. So pandas has 2 functions, 2 classes. One is, okay, pandas is a date. What is pandas, right? Question. What is the purpose of pandas? Pandas will help you to handle data, structured data. You can handle single column. When you handle single column data, it is called series. When you handle data with more than one column and rows, that is called tabular data. Tabular data. That means data in the form of table. And the tabular data can be managed using data frame. So this is like a table, right? 3 columns, name column, age column, city column. In the 3, under age name column, we have 3 values. Under age column, we have 3 values. Under city column, we have 3 values. So let's convert this data into pandas data. Okay. From pandas, we use a data frame and function, which is actually a class, not a function. So we'll convert this data into data frame and we'll assign it to a variable called df. Okay. And we are going to use the write function from our library. And here is a simple data frame. Here is a simple data frame. Okay. Then we use a function called data frame. Just like write function, data frame. You can also use write function here, but I want to use a data frame function. You can write the data frame to the window. So this data can be converted to file. We have converted to a data frame and you can write it as a file to the screen. So I'll save this. Immediately you can see the output. Okay. Scroll down. So here is the simple data set. Using write function, we did it, and data frame function will write the data here. So you can see the table. It takes one extra column on the left side. That is for indexing. So numbering starts from 0 in pandas or in Python. Okay, right. So you can see name column, 3 names, age column, 3 ages, city column, 3 cities. You can sort them. You can sort them. You can sort them according to any column. You can download this data. So that's beautiful thing. If you want to download this data, you can also download this data. Okay. You can search in this data. If you want to do some searching in this data, let's say you want to find a person with the name Anand, you just type AN. So it will just do it. See, it finds just a minute. See, it finds 2 people with the name AN. Okay, so we can do that. So right, and finally, you can also zoom in to the entire screen. So right, so you have a lot of features. All the data that you see here, you can download it. So let me come back to this function, data frame function. It displays the data frame on the screen interactively. Okay, so far it is okay. You created a simple data, but what about I have a file on my computer. So this is the file I have on my computer. So we saw these files in a previous class, customers.csv, sales.csv file, and employees.csv file. Can I use these files? Okay, can I use them? Do we have a function to handle the files? Yes, we do have functions to handle the files. Okay, so right. So right, the function name is file uploader. That is the name of the function. So here it says choose a file. So you can choose a file. Okay, right. Assign it to a variable called uploaded file. You can name variable anything. You can give X, simply X, but that's not a good idea. But if file is uploaded, okay, is not none. That means a file is uploaded. Then, okay, so you want to read that file. You want to read that file. Okay, so it's going to put a file upload button. And so there are few things. You have uploaded the file and it is assigned to this variable. If there is really a file upload, then okay, use the read function to read it. And if the file contains some strange characters, decode it into understandable format. This is uniform coding, Unicode formatting. So use this code always. This is fixed. So then read the content using that code format and UTF format. Okay, assign it to content, and then you write that content. Okay, content. You write that content. Okay, let's save this. So it says you can drag and drop files. You can drag and drop files. Okay, so right, somebody put a message. How can we change the table into row or column span? That is HTML. You're asking about HTML, and we are dealing with the data. In the HTML, you create the table according to your data requirement. But here you already have a data, and you need to show all the data, right? There you are designing the table. Here you are creating table for the existing data. So you see, we have created using file uploader function. We have created this section. So you can browse the files of your choice. So I will go to C drive here. So I will go to the same folder, Streamlit, and I'll take this file called customers, and it shows the data from the, you see, the file, it is there. So don't you see, this is very, very simple. How did you open the app? Can you please specify, say about what app? Please, can you explain once again from panels? Okay. So Supraja Tangela, did I answer your question? You got it? So in the row span and column span, you're talking about HTML, where you design the table first, then you'll try to fill it. But here we already have a data. Okay. You already have a data. Okay. Right. So according to the data, it will create the table. How to merge rows and columns? See, you are not understanding my question, my point. You are talking about creating a table. I'm talking about taking the data. Based on the data, table is automatically created. Our focus is not on creating the table. Our focus is on displaying the data. We are talking about creating the table. Okay, so you understand? So this is the function that will help us to upload the file. So you can use, it shows a button called browse files automatically. You can choose this file. Okay, right. So that's the beauty. Okay, so you want to write something here, you can also write something there. You want to write like, right. So I'm sorry. Right. File content. So you can write something like this. So it shows the file content here. File content, and it shows the file content here. That's beauty. Okay, that's beauty of this. Okay, so file uploader lets users upload the files. Now, shall we create an image viewer? Would you like to see the image viewer? Yes. Somebody's trying to speak. Yeah, Sham, mute yourself. Mute yourself. Okay, guys. So yeah, you muted yourself. That's good. Okay, right. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a small image viewer, not a very complex one, but a small image viewer. I'm going to create a very, very small image viewer. So here I'll create an image viewer. So the file uploader, the same function we are going to use. We are going to upload the image files. After uploading the image files, we are going to use, somebody asked me to show the images. Now in the previous class, we put 3 images in 3 columns, right? Okay, how to open apps.stream. Oh, I already told you, Sumaya. So app.streamlit page. This is the function I'm typing in the chat box. Streamlit run. So app.py. Okay, so right. So Sumaya, just remember, go to the folder where your file app.py file is there. Go to the address bar, and in the address bar type cmd. Okay, in the address bar type cmd. That will open the file. Now let's have images. Okay, so let's use the same file uploader. So here, using file uploader, so right, we are going to upload. We'll put a message called upload image there, and people can upload images of different types, like they can upload png image, image formats, jpg image, okay, and jpeg image, right? So you can do that. So it can accept those images, and we'll assign it to a variable called upload image variable. So all the images will be assigned to this variable. Okay, if any image is uploaded, okay, so now we need a library called special library. Now, yeah, okay, sir, can we add theme? You can add all those things bit by bit, bit by bit. Okay, some people are only concerned about attendance. Okay, attendance is not important, guys. Remember, learning is important. Okay, so learning is important. Okay, right. So what we are going to do now is we will we have used to handle data, we have used pandas, and to handle files, we'll use pillow library. If you remember, in the previous class, I spoke about pillow library. You remember? Okay, I'll add another window here. So I'll add another command prompt window. Okay, or open a new command prompt and type this command: pip install pillow. Pillow library will help you to handle files. Pillow. Okay, there is a spelling mistake with L. So pillow. On my PC already pillow is there, but you use this command. It says requirement already satisfied. Okay, so use pillow library to handle images. So that is very, very important for us. Okay, I'll minimize this. Now I'm going to use, sir, please can you explain once again from pandas? Shruti, okay. Uh, the command not command it is. You should type command. Command prompt. Type command prompt. command, command prompt. In the start menu, type C, command. So do you see command prompt here? Command prompt. Click on that. It will open the command. Pillow is a library to handle images. Pillow is a library, okay, to handle images. So I have installed already on my PC. Just now I told you how to do that. So you can see pip install pillow. Just like we installed NumPy, pandas, you have to install the pillow. Okay, right. So now I'm going to use pillow. PIL. After you install pillow, the pillow name will be used as PIL. Okay, so you don't import directly. You don't need everything from pillow library because it is very big. Only import from that pillow library a image class, or you can simply call it as image function. It is not a function actually, it is a class. Okay, so right. So use that image class, and all the images are assigned to this variable. So use that image class and open the upload image. Okay, and assign it to a variable called image. Assign it to a variable called image. So open the image, use the image class to handle the images. Okay, right. Then now you can use the image function to display images. Generally, we use image function from this library. I showed you this in the first class. That means Python is not installed on your uh, computer properly. Okay, show the image and show the caption that uploaded image, and use column width. So use the column width properly. So you will understand this. I'll explain this in a moment. Okay, right. So I'll save this. Now it says, you can put the images, PNG images, JPG images, JPEG images. So I click on browse button. So I will select these three, I'll select one image only for now. I'll select the, this cat image. So it shows that image. That's it. I told you in the first class how to display image side by side. Okay, you want me to copy and paste the code? Somebody is very intelligent. They don't want to miss anything. So, sir, it doesn't matter whether I understand it not here, but just copy and paste it, and I will use it at my free time, right? So, right. So you got the entire code. Whatever we did so far, you got the entire code. Okay, right. So now, so two things, the image function in the Streamlit will help you to put the images. Now we are going to put now a chart, a line chart. So a very simple chart. We are going to put a line chart now. So let's put. Okay, do you think, guys, you're learning something? How many of you think you're learning something? You're learning something. Yeah, so they raised his hand. Right. Good. So we will we are going to create some complex applications, but I'll make it very simple as today's approach. I took a different approach so that everybody who missed the topic can understand. Now, so I want to generate numbers. And those numbers are going to be random numbers. I want to generate the random numbers. Okay. So I'm going to use a library called NumPy, NUMPY, NumPy library, which we have installed. Okay. Which we have installed. So 2 MB max limit. Yes, 200 MB max limit. You can also increase it later. Okay. We need to change the options. But 200 MB's file size is very big, right? Don't you think 200 MB image size is very big? And 200 MB text file size is very big. Don't you think that? It's very, very big. Very big. Okay. So now we are going to use another library, NumPy, NUMPY, NumPy. NumPy, okay, is a very powerful library. Every data scientist, every data analyst, business analyst, AI developer, machine learning developer, you know, and deep learning developer. Everybody uses this NumPy. NumPy, NUMPY. Num stands for numerical. PY stands for Python, numerical Python. So you can work with numbers in a beautiful way. So here I'm going to use that library also, NumPy as NP. Typing NumPy every time is difficult. So we just want to load it into a variable called NP. Okay. So let's use our pandas library, which we have already used. So create a table data frame. Okay, how do you want to create the table? I want to create the table in 20 rows and 3 columns. So from the NumPy, use the random function to generate random values and generate random numbers in 20 rows and 3 columns. And the column names are going to be A, B, C. Okay. right? Column names are going to be ABC. And now we are going to use a line chart. Here we have a command function called line chart and display this data on the line chart. So we'll assign it to a variable called data. So we'll display the data on the line chart. So let me save it. So you can see the data on the line chart. So you see it's, yeah, 3 rows, A, B, 3 columns, A, B, C. Okay, we will show it in the line chart. So I'll stop it here, guys. We are stopping here. And tomorrow we'll continue. And also I'll explain the code that I've shared with you in the previous classes. But listen, okay? Sumaya, yeah, you will get attendance link. And I think our team will share with you the attendance link. Probably they have already shared with you. Yeah, it is already there. So, right. So I'm copying it. No, I'm not able to copy it. I don't know why. Copy link. Yeah, right. So I shared the link, attendance link, guys. Right. Yeah, our team will provide the sessions to you. Just put your email IDs. Whoever can. Yeah, don't do that. Don't put email IDs. Or I shared the code. Yeah. Oh, your voice is very smoothing. No, 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 no. Okay. I'm not NTR. Okay. Uh, explain the random data, tomorrow. Okay, that function. It's a beautiful function. I will open another window and there I'll discuss about that. Right. Okay, have a great day ahead. See you all. Bye. Open the link immediately, give your attendance.